Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's see, are we live? Just want to make sure if we are. And it looks like we are. Oh. Okay, how come I... Okay, let me see. Was there anyone in the chat? No. Okay. Okay. We are good. Nice. Okay. Alrighty then, let's go. Hello there everybody, this is MMORPG here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. And today, we got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to get done in the story mode. And yes, I know, my money is at 1,686, but that is just because I did a lot of crafting. And I can't help it, I love the crafting in this game. But anyways, we picked up 50 grand. There you go. Another 50 grand, and let me go ahead and check on to see. Yeah, the price is good. Yeah, price is good. Let's put you down for 15. Let's put you down for 1,500. Okay, titanium all, high quality titanium all. Let's see, you have, okay. So I would put you down for 20,000. And let's see, Mithrite mortar. Let's see, 31,000 for a high quality one. And so I have it for 15,000, so that should be fine. A titanium mortar. Okay, let's check. Yeah, 33,000 is at the cheapest it can go, and we have it at 26,000, so maybe we'll put you at 25,000. There we go, and titanium sledgehammer. Let's put you down for 50,000. There you go, let me make sure. Yes, it's all good. Alright. There we go. Hopefully we'll be able to sell those things. Okay. Alright, now that I have 50,000, now I have 50,000 in my bank, I'll be able to craft some more stuff. Is there a market board around here? I want to check. Okay, there is no market board here. Okay, so there's no market board here in Modana. Okay. Okay. Minfilia, how's it going? A time for every purpose. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Minfilia cannot help but look to the past. There we go. Making sure I didn't press the wrong button. It's all good. Okay, though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must set the needs aside for them for now. We are come to a defining moment in ARZN history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north and find a common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the ARZN alliance. Failing that, it should be at the very least sever to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Ascians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primal still plague us, and the Empire still plots a subjugation. Our triumphs, remarkable as they were brought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrida. This is the victory we have fought and wrought, and it is bitter ashes in my mouth. Ugh. Sour ashes. It's not good. It's like freaking candy. Eating too much candy could be bad for your teeth. I could sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet for all our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we serve as a beacon of hope to all. Yes, that's true. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah that we might have a grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tondero and Luminen a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Ah! After the big soiree tomorrow, I'd raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? About the navigator, Willard's dead? Gosh darn it. They must know that we've been... they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking. Thinking about where certain funds are coming from. So I dig around and on the quite not so sure I found it. It seems a bit unfair. Let's see. A fair bit of coins made its way to the Braves coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever heard one. Which is first what gave me an inkling that something went right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. It didn't take long to find a common thread. They're all owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, and I'll give the best credit. He showed us, for the amateurs we are, short o calling one o business a bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. Oh, it's a political pack. Possibly a political pack. Oh, this was done before. There's a such thing here in the States called campaign finance rules. And it's extremely lax. Yeah, from what I have seen and from what I have gathered, the campaign finance rules are extremely lax. All they would have to do, all they had to do was basically make a pack. And then funnel the money into that pack. And then that pack would just go on over to the politician who was running for office. Like, how can I explain this? Okay. Okay, how can I explain this? It's like, how can I explain this? Like, let's say that let's say if any one of you is running for office, the campaign finance rules saying that you can only have a certain amount of money for big money donors. Or perhaps, yeah, you can only have a certain amount of money for big money donors. But, knowing there's a such thing called political PACs, which is basically money funneling. Like, you can go beyond the limitations of the campaign finance rules by forming a PAC. And it entirely sucks. Okay, so it's like, I think if I remember correctly, there was a limit on money. I think it was like about a few million. I'm not sure how many millions it was, but then due to super PACs and whatever kind of political PAC, it could go up to a few billion. Man, I'm gonna have to do more research on campaign finance rules to see if it changed or not. God knows how many men of the first and third are taken to Legi's coin, but now we know some of them are. I wager me right eye that they're the ones what did for Willard. Yes, political PACs said that this person said things about us. So pay these people that came along in our political PAC to go after our opponents. Man, it feels like Game of Thrones all over again. You pay this person this much money, and then that person go ahead and does the deed. Essentially, get that person's hands clean, because all the person did was only give money. It was up to the person who did the deed. He would be in trouble. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. He should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. God darn me. I don't see what Telechi hopes to accomplish. He hit his scheme with all care of a drunk pissing this into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. We need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of those traitors bastards from our ranks. And on that you have me word. Mara, mind heading yourself to Ulda, eh? We're heading right into a storm, I can smell it. The kind that'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. Jeez, man, okay. Now then, we're gonna have to beat the crap out of these people. Hey, jeez, man. Alright, let's go. Okay, Ethernet to the Chamber of Rule. I'm gonna flush on every single one of those motherfuckers. No one is gonna be bribed on my watch. We have been waiting for you, Mara. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might have introductions later, but Mistress Momoody sent word that you're needed in quicksand. The hero must go where he is needed, and according to Memphilia, you are needed elsewhere. We will go on ahead, Mara. Pray join us once matters in the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Mount Moody, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Man, Thancred got her number. Thancred's a pimp, man. Thancred's a motherfucking pimp. Okay, let's see. To the Adventurers Guild. Okay, looking good. Okay, let's go. Muso-sai, don't worry about you, master. I love that katana. I appreciate you dropping on such short notice, Mara. I know you've got your places to be, but I don't want to waste your time. Your friend of the Crystal Brave is said by the name of Alien. Aren't you former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Anyway, she'll come around for a meal not long ago. She left and asked me to give you a message. She said, if others end up dragging you to the feast, I will see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer Coffin, and there must be something I wanted to show you. Short message I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food too, under other circumstances. I thought the signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. Man, if she is, I am so in. Okay, where do we need to go? We need to go to... Yeah, let's go to you. Alright, maybe we can find some low-level players and help them out. Yoo-hoo, low-level players. Okay, right over here. And as you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all soon the ghosts of your comrades and enemies slain to follow your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon to see no sign of alienating. Alright, let's help this person out. Here I come. Oh, this isn't low-level players. Oh. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, good. There we go, one down. Oh, because, okay, that's level synced. Yeah, fudging samurais. There we go. Fudge yeah. Okay. Yeah, everything's going good in chat. Okay, straining your ears to listen. You hear the chatter of Kieran, in the buzzings of Cyphrids. But no approach footfall. Signed, you bow your head only to notice a vile line at your feet. Morrow, is that you? What brings you this way? Lieutenant Alienating? Why, no, I haven't seen her about. She had come this way. I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed the spot a dozen times. We are on patrol in the city's invasions on account of the royal banquet. The captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, it's about to begin. You should be with the other honored guest. Enjoy your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ulda, Marl. If any a chance to the lieutenant will tell you from here. Oh no.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Okay. Okay, Ethernet to the Chamber of Ul. Okay, we are to down this way. Man, sometimes I get lost around here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's my Moody Shnikes. Okay, silly me, it's my Moody. Okay, Adventurers Guild. Hey, Mom Moody. I reckon you head straight to the feast after meeting with Elaine. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Just look at the alchemist vial, but beyond that, I can't say. It might be best if you hold on to this for safekeeping, though. I'm serious, Mahmoudi. If you have anything to do with this bottle, I'll put you up. I'm kidding, but seriously, I'm gonna punish those who bribed you to do that. Would you believe that while you were away, another message has arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less, seeing her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you in a royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chamber. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go. Luckily, I am dressed for the occasion. I am always dressed to impress.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light.
Yes, summon me.
I am.
Emmerich with that nice armor. Everyone else is having a good time.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits. good cause?
What kind of good cause, man?
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies.
Fudge, yeah.
You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
No, that's what we did.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent.
Oh, that's how you say it, antecedent.
Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now, but I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
Mister, I am not your plaything. I am totally not your plaything. We go where we please, and we please where we go. If there's promos in these lanes, sure, I'll do it out of necessity. But I will not fetch your slippers. And I will not put a cigar in your mouth. And I will not change your diaper.
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Okay. Man, darn it. There we go. Okay, to the Royal Promenade. Okay. Okay, let's see. We want to head to Chamber Rule. And I was curious if any one of the mother fudgers are from the Crystal Braves, I'll pwn them all. I'll pwn every single person in the room. As a matter of fact, no, that'll be too much for me to handle. A samurai's love and affection can go a long way, but it cannot go to everyone. Thank you for coming. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. If not, it would be my honor to escort you, Her Grace, to chambers forthwith. Proceeding upon the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to review these scenes in their entirety. Yes, please.
Enter.
Yeah, she's taking her deep breath.
Your Grace, your guest
Because no,
is
the
here.
Warrior of Light is here in all his handsomeness.
Pray, come in and take your ease.
Yeah. Everyone's having a good time. Hey, Admiral.
The steps of faith held against the Horde.
Man, none of you did squat. None of you did squat. You all basically told us to go to Cell Swords. Yeah, go to Cell Swords. And, get aid there. Unless that's the idea. I guess that could be, their idea of aid. just pass on the dragon slaying the cell swords. No reason to show a real alliance. If one of their allies, or soon-to-be potential allies, is in trouble, send cell swords in the place of our boys and girls.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
They just basically told us to just get me and a whole bunch of friends or a whole bunch of people, and then we just head on down there and slay the motherfucking dragon. I don't think there was anyone from any part of the Alliance in that battle. I don't think.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
Yeah, even Alpha Node is like saying, you guys didn't do anything. They didn't do squat. And basically they're like saying, let's just go ahead and just go on over there with a few of elite adventurers to go on down there and defend Ishgard. And they'll be like saying, and then they do this. Like, job well done. Job well done. Yeah, job well done. It was thanks to our advice that we gave the Alpha Node about getting adventurers to go down to Ishgard. And that thanks to our advice, we saved Ishgard. So everybody raise a cup and have a cheer. Oh, man. Jeez, there are some points in history it's like that. Yeah, there were some points in history it's like that. There was indeed a period, I think it was a colonial period, where kings were, like, saying that this other country owes us a favor. So let's just go ahead and call in that favor and have those countries men and women as mercenaries. Or as a replacement for a soldier, so it wouldn't be that expensive or anything on our end. Okay.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any.
Okay.
Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. 'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
But yeah. Yeah, you better not be one of those SOBs.
Very well.
Is aught to miss?
Is...
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
I don't even know what that word means. Anonymous?
You may go. Your Grace.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion.
Okay.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
Okay. Yeah. Way to break it in a joyous occasion. Could you possibly have told Ralbon about this? Maybe let him on the loop? That in case something were to happen, that he would know what to do?
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence.
Yeah, but the Sultana did try to do the right thing. But knowing there are forces that are stopping her from doing the right thing. But I guess it wouldn't make sense because the good guys would definitely eventually turn into the bad guys. But knowing that if the good guys get their way all the time, then basically they will turn into the bad guys. It's like the old saying, the good guys do the good guy thing. Yeah, how can I explain this? Yeah, the good guys do the good guy things, but then the good guys had fights with the bad guys. But in this case, no one is a good guy. But knowing that a major... Okay, how can I say it? One dominant force for good could eventually just stomp over everyone else, and thus making their rule absolute. So there must be conflict. Not war conflict. War should be the absolute last resort. But in the ways of internal politics, there must be some form of conflict. In order for them to see things from different perspectives, but also at the point is that there must never truly be a dominant force. Because if that were to be the case, then it will be repeating history with people who are seeking absolute power.
But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate.
Yeah, but in order for that to happen, it will require lots of planning ahead of time. You are talking about taking down the central pillar of a government. Things need to be talked through before such a time. But I guess I can understand that she is just preparing for such an occasion.
'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few.
Yeah, in a way, I have seen history on that myself, where some monarchies were some monarchies were evil to a point where they're like saying, like for instance, Nero, he was an emperor of Rome and he laughed as Rome burned. And so yeah, I can only imagine what a life would be if the privileged few really did have their way. Would they just send orders to burn the houses of the poor and the misfortunate and those in between? Man, historical stuff in this game, okay.
Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations.
Makes sense.
And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Yeah, we slew Titans. So, helping Raubon out when it comes to political treacherous ground? Sure, I'm in.
I am truly grateful. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
You better not drink that. If a crystal brave went into that cup, please don't drink that. Yep, I had a feeling that maybe, yeah, in the world of politics, even back then, in monarchies, one party would send out assassination attempts against a leader. I mean, a king. Yeah. Even back then, I do believe, if I'm indeed remembering correctly, Brutus, the son of Caesar, stabbed his own uncle. I think Caesar was an uncle, or was it father? So yeah, even in the world of politics, sometimes there could be political rivals that would want you dead.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine?
Stop the acting, motherfudger.
You did this.
Yep, it was planned. Teleji must have saw that the Warrior of Light was coming in. And then when he heard sounds, the sound, he just came straight right in. It was planned.
Spare us your denials. I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
Don't forget a window.
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Yep, he's smart. He did it. And it was perfectly good wine, too. Yep, I knew these mother fudgers were bad. Taking coin from...
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
Yep, I knew these mother fudgers were bad when I noticed that they took that there are syndicate coin in there. The syndicate always wants to make sure that their money is being well invested in.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
Nope. The salvation of Eorzea by mutiny? Fudge no.
What is the meaning of this?
Uh-oh.
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Yep.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See.
These mother... Those motherfudgers were also bought. Temple Knights were bought. Jeez. I thought Temple Knights were holy due to the fact that they serve the Holy See. But it seems that even money can corrupt even the most holy of people.
I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
Which I don't think they are Amaric's knights. I don't think.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
Yeah, he's looking at him with a bat glare.
I hope that I might one day return the favor.
Yeah. Yep. Amaric even knows that something is up. Like, after all, he fought dragons. He has years of experience when it comes to possibly knowing the motives of people.
Come, Lucia.
Trying to get Ishgard out of the way. Yep, he's smiling. Mother fudger. Yeah, Dankrit is about to get his A game on.
is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts.
That wasn't him.
You'd best come along with us.
Curved blades may not work. Maybe in a way it would, because I guess in ancient times there was indeed a weapon called a Cephos, I think. I mean a codepiece where there was a big belly in the sword. Only that was for cavalry to use the gravity's momentum to really maximize the damage. So I guess curved swords in this case would work the same.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals.
Nice knives.
Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
Alright, get him, Thancred. Break the ice! Break the ice, Ralbon.
Too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies.
The flames are not Ralbon's personal army. It is a cause.
As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthus.
Man, what in the world are you talking about? I do believe they did not send anyone there. Maybe a little bit of a token force, but other than that, they didn't do much. I guess under the circumstances that they're in. But still, they didn't send out much.
I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
We were invited to go in there.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and his suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
This is Sparta.
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
Okay, that was the thing I found on the train station. He was on this too?
How very convenient.
Yeah, a job that my person was in, he's mostly a blacksmith. He doesn't know anything of alchemy.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
The event was not made by the Scions, you mother fudger. It was a joint celebration. The people in the Alliance chose a day to celebrate.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Yeah, that's true. Saved them from rampaging giants who wants to take revenge on the former masters. And we slew primals. We slew Ifrit and some other primal, which I forgot its name. And we did a bunch of things to help people out in Uldar. That's low, man.
Hold your tongue, witch. I'll not be ensorcelled. I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield.
Okay, if you're talking about the Echo, Minfilia is not like that. And besides, I don't think Heidelin would actually allow the Echo to be used that way.
Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will.
We did that by earning their trust, man.
And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend.
Of course he does, man, because we helped him out. We freaking defended Ishgard from a giant rampaging dragon.
I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces.
No, otherwise, that if Ishgard were to fall, then Ul'dah would have been next. Nidhogg's rage is ever unquenching. He would burn Ul'dah.
Your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be.
Fudge in A, Ilbert. You're next to go down. Brass Blades and the Crystal Braves, they're all next.
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you.
Oh, that motherfudger. And of course the Sultana would have done more to keep the nation safe, but that is just due to the fact is that there's so many occasions where she has her hands tied. And not many people who are willing to take her side. And you, in your token speak, giving lip service to those who are in desperate situations. And then those people who are in desperate situations think that you're a good guy. And which means is that any provoking actions against this guy here would result in a riot.
It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
He just didn't call he didn't call Nanomo a burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
Yeah, that's right.
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief.
I don't care if he's a Lalafell. I'll kill him.
She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
Yep, I'm gonna kill him. Whoever he'll do it.
Then mock her from hell!
Oh! Now it's really Telegy and Adelegy. Yeah, that's right. Get the fudge out, people. Get the fudge out. The Flame General is known for a Flame General for a reason.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
Mother Fudger, you're next.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Yeah.
Raban! Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Yeah, that's right.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Yeah, that's what happens if a person who is in rage. They would waste their energy and at the same time make foolish moves. sometimes the right move, but mostly it's the wrong move. When you're angry, you're just in a blind rage. Like you want that person dead. Without ever realizing that there could be other things going around.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
Yep, choke on it, man.
Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter.
Okay, now I'm really gonna kill him. Next time I see him, I'll kill him.
Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
He only did that in a way of provoking a response.
You die!
Ah! What kind of steel does... Man. Yeah, come on, Raban, get him. Yep, see? Jeez. Jeez, man. Yeah, get myself free, man.
I never doubted you, not for a moment. There is more to this than I yet understand.
Yeah, that's true.
Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way.
Okay, I'm hoping that Raban win.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers.
I wish I had persistent admirers. I'm kidding.
When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
Yeah, Brass Blades sell swords. A mercenary group. Those people who launched arrows into unarmed protesters.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
Yeah.
So, Would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Fudge, yeah.
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the rising stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Tancred, I am serious. You better lower your voice. You're in an echo chamber. People can hear you. Yep, see? They heard him. Way to go, Tancred. Gotta keep your voice down.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself?
Yep.
I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Yep, fight them all.
Papa Limo!
Yeah!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Yeah. They're like, they'll be back. Well, Rito, I better be serious. If that jacket better be low quality. Uh-oh.
Now look what you've done.
Okay, she can't see. Fudge.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
Luckily that mask is face protection, otherwise she would have had a scar in her face.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Uh-oh.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papa Limo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, I gave her a buff. Might be limit break 3 buff.
Let them have it, Ida.
I was hoping you'd say that.
But yeah. Whoa. Okay, that was cool.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Yeah, for just in case something bad happens. Like mass evacuation.
This way! Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
Thancred, it's due to your voice being so loud that it became an echo chamber back there.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Yep, that's me.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us.
Fudge, yeah. Yes, each is like saying, we got this.
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Man, Thancred is such a pimp in these kind of times. Okay, so it looks like we got a DPS and a healer. DPS is winning! He took an arrow in the knee! He must be an adventurer.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
Yeah!
Tis done.
I can only assume that's a spell of last resort.
Forgive me, Neutra.
Farewell, Ophelia.
to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
Man, Ophelia must have been saying no, and then Heidelin's like saying, "You better do as I say, otherwise you will not get this cookie."
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit.
Fudge, yeah, it will.
You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Is anyone in chat? Okay, no one's in chat. Okay, no one's in chat. Okay. Hey there.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What
Nice disguise.
Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool. I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
You're one of the good Lalafels, aren't you? Oh, it's the tutorial guy. It's definitely the tutorial guy.
It is. Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Fudge, yeah, it's the tutorial guy.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard.
Yep, all aboard, man. Man, my person is like saying, you all are next. It's like, you're lucky that you got Alpha Node, that I have to look after Alpha Node. Otherwise, you all are next.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon.
Fudge, yeah.
Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Yeah, you did, and I think that Dankred would have said to such situations if Dankred was around. It's like you did bad things, and you had to live with them.
And who might you be, young sir?
Even better, a Lalafell, a rockstar here.
Pippin Terrapin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified.
Yeah, there was no trial, I don't think.
The blame plainly lies with the Monetarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Yeah, greed and corruption is not good when it comes to a government. It's like greed and corruption that doesn't necessarily want to have the responsibilities of government. They would just rather just rake in the profit. I read a lot of history books, and it was saying that too.
Is that the name of General Aldin's lad?
Oh, he's a son of him.
Son. Adopted, of course. It was only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Which means break him out if it needs to.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Athenode, I know your intentions are pure, but when it comes to people who can be bought, it's another story. People in desperate situations would love to hear the sound of clanking money. If it means putting bread on the table. But knowing what they are going to do for that kind of for money is another story. Okay, then Saul just keeps searching a while. I reckon we'll take the carriage back to Ulta and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. I'll be there shortly. Stay strong, friends, and in the real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. Okay. Most unamusing folk can prove to be our greatest allies. The fellow was passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation and any hint of concern for his own safety. I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Man, we helped Ulda. We helped the realm. Odds are people will be inspired to risk it all for the right purpose. Father often spoke of you. My father spoke often of you, Morrow, And long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not how I envisioned it. Master Alphanaud, you must not give in to despair. What would only play into the enemy's hands? So long as you are moral free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarpon, but I'm gonna smack him. Alphanaud, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sin, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Surely that he is no merchant, but an angel in peddler's clothing. Tell us, how do you bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise, a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both monetarists and the Crystal Braves. Corathas, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. It's me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they seek to defame you, both here and in other city-states. But note that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the monetarists claim. Man, Lalafel's for the win. Master Tarpon, I don't know what to say. Now that fatherhood labor to believe, but enough talk. You must go, Alphanaud. Your airship awaits. Yep, get the fudge on the ship. Up, up, there's no rest for the righteous. Yeah, that's right, man. Get the fudge out of there. Okay. We should make for Camp Dragonhead. Speak with Lord Honchafon. Mayhap he will know what to do. Jeez, okay. Okay, so we ended up with possibly getting our friends killed. Motherfudging Crystal Braves and the Brass Blades, I'll pwn them all. But for right now, we gotta head back to, head down, yeah. So now we gotta head to Camp Dragonhead. Okay. Hey, what's up, Corathas? record this. The person over there crafting as well. There you go. Let's help this person out. There we go. Yeah, it's not exactly harassment. It's us helping another player out. There you go. And then we go over here. And that's all. The person still gets credit for the kill. There we go. The person got credit or hides stuff that a person needs. So it's all good. There we go. Let's go ahead and help this person out a little bit. Here I come to help. Here I come. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and help out some low-level players. Okay. Nice! Nice, another 47. Man. Oh, looks like maybe these people got things from here. Yeah, I guess they may have got things from here. I guess it's nice to help out low-level players every now and then. Or help out anyone in general. Master Alpha now, tell me your tale. Moral, it warms my heart that you should turn before me, before all others. I shall be endeavored to deserve your trust. And alas, the situation has grown more complicated in your absence. Twit would be to explain in full. Before the dawn. In times of trouble, there are few things more precious than unconditional support.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault. And 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper.
Ah, come on.
The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert.
Yeah, what a thing that is. Okay, this kind of thing in a playbook has been played out I don't know how many times. Throughout history, it was like this as well. When there is a conflict, odds are that their people would deem those other people as enemies. But knowing that those people that they deem as enemies, like, how can I explain this? It's the same thing when it comes to politics sometimes. When one political party says that this other political group is our enemy. And then you have another political group that says that these people are our enemy. And that if one side is more scared of the other, then the people that are the most scared will be put on a perpetual state of alert. Which could mean high volumes of control. People would need to stay indoors in order for those people to be safe from the other said group. This has been played out for so many times in history.
How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Uldar, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard.
But yeah. So I guess Telegi's intelligence was correct.
I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished.
Which would not happen, because knowing they have been at war with the dragons for over 1,000 years. So I don't think it would never come.
But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such.
Nice, okay.
All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor.
Fudge, yeah, Harnchabot. Yeah, which means, basically, is that people know that Ishgard has ceased all communications with the outside world. Which would definitely work in our favor. So that way, people would technically, in a way, would not be granted asylum, but knowing that they would be granted a place to stay. At least for a while.
Agents of Uldar will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
Yeah.
You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind.
Oh yeah, I think his name is Barcel, I think? Yeah, we totally saved his butt from judgment. An unjust judgment. Proclaiming one loyal person an enemy of the state. It's like those who become contradictory to one's ideals. Like, how can I say it? This happened before. I remember a few episodes of Star Trek where Captain Picard had disapproval of how sometimes the Federation does things. Like, for instance, one person I think it was, what was that? Captain Picard was talking to someone about the Cardassians looking up a science center that the Cardassians was building, but it was not really a science center for archaeology study and stuff like that. It was actually a military outpost. And one Starfleet officer said that we need to go ahead and investigate this, but knowing Captain Picard, he's like saying, there needs to be more proof than just what you say. Otherwise, the Federation would be at war with Cardassia. And then also there was points of rampant paranoia in the, in Starfleet, yeah, in the Federation, especially when it comes to Romulans. Commander Worf did in fact said to Captain Picard, saying, he did not tell us about his Romulan grandfather. There must be Romulans, and we must seek them out. And Captain Picard had the right idea of that all people are innocent until proven guilty. And rampant paranoia was among that.
But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions.
So knowing Lord Honchafont here, he's awesome. Giving us a place to stay for a while until we figure out what we need to do. And making sure that anyone who comes into Camp Dragonhead will receive no aid whatsoever from House Fortom.
'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Fudge, yeah. Warrior of Light, bringing warmth to all. Greetings, sir. I shall show you inside. Upon proceeding to the accessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended to have sufficient time to review the cutscenes entirely. Can let me check to see if there's anyone in chat? No. Okay, no one in chat. Okay. Hey there, Totoro. How's it going? Alphanaud. Mara, is it really you? I'm so happy that you're... Totoro. I tried to contact Memphilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Fimian told me to run, and so I did. And I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached. But I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I have observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. It's Giri! Oh, yes, my mask. I've lost it in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, Yugiri found me and we were traveling to Vesper Bay and met up with Irangier. Until we've told what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the walking sands from the outside. Our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Irangier started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to visit us again. Good thinking, eh? So where was I? Oh yes, so we've waited here in the walking sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions as we speak, but we have met with no success. I hope that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know the Rising Stones did not share the Walking Sands' good fortune. Only the Crystal Braves will wait you there. Be as it may, we yet to have cause to hope. We do not. Do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true. But rest assured, the people of Doma yet stands with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts and shall continue to our efforts to locate others and see the science restored to the rightful place of honor. But yeah. Man, my guy's like, hey. How's it going, girl?
'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought.
In a way, yes, but at the same time, it would still happen no matter what.
I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians? And find homes for every refugee?
There's no way you can do that.
Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos.
Mister, you gotta get your hands dirty, you know that?
It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
Is that hot chocolate? Please tell me that's hot chocolate.
Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
Honchafont, you are the man, knowing what it means to be a blade. And to have steel in yourself.
What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
But yeah.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard.
Yeah, Ishgard, fudge, yeah.
Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians.
Fudge, yeah.
The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity.
Yeah, that's right. Slew some titans. Took care of a refugee crisis. We took care of a whole bunch of other problems. There was no way that I would ever let him discard all that.
Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
That was it. So that was it. Alright, that was it for Realm Reborn. Jeez. Okay, I don't know what to say, man. Like, a Realm Reborn to me, it's like a freaking a big Star Trek episode. Or, yeah, a big Star Trek episode. Or maybe it's a whole entire Star Trek season. It shows that when mankind does things, there are consequences. Like when other people grow desperate, they would possibly in this game, like the fishmen became so desperate that they call upon their god. The same thing with the kobolds. They saw the Limsons, Mesians as invaders in their land. But then the kobolds became desperate and they summoned Titan. The same thing when it comes to the Sylphs. When the Sylphs see their land being burned and invaded and stuff like that, they became so desperate that they summon Ramu. Man, then it definitely does show how desperate some people can be. And knowing the worst thing about it is when a person who has nothing to lose, like absolutely nothing to lose, that is when all moral codes can be tossed aside. Like, I can only imagine how a person may have felt knowing they have nothing else to lose. Like, they have nothing, when they have nothing else to lose, they can just basically do anything. Even if the end result ends up being in a bad thing, it's that, yeah, when a person who has nothing to lose, even if they do a really bad thing, they would be like, what else is new? And then when a person becomes desperate, it's like it would make them be mad to their fellow humans. Man, this one is like a freaking Star Trek season dealing things with politics, religion, and from life itself. Like, the calamity made the land scarce, and it did things to everyone. Instead of cooperation, they would rather go to war with each other. Which really sucks sometimes. Well, cooperation is normally a good thing, but maybe I'm possibly gonna need to make a review. And it does show that the stuff that happened before could eventually be wrought upon later generations. For instance, war can indeed be a good thing, but no, they have to be the right cause for it. And knowing that Ishgard has been at war with the dragons for, I don't know, like about 1,000 years or so. Yeah, I can only imagine how hardened they are to each other and to the outside world. Well, I guess that's why we're the Warrior of Light. We're gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. We're gonna try to make peace with the dragons. And it will be awesome.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Well, Rito, you schemy motherfudger. Well, he didn't seem too proud. Yeah, he's mad. The Arbalest is no more. The Ardor was not in this to invoke. His demise is of own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me that they have extinguished that which should rightfully be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then? Ishgard. The earth is fertile, and the seeds are well sown, and by my will they shall reap the salvation unlike the world has known. By his will. By his will. Urangier, please. Yep, I knew it. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak with thine intent known. I am serious, Urangier. If you betray betray the Scions, I'll kill you. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, and the fate of this very star. Yeah, he's smiling.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death.
Oh well, then we gotta make the best of it, man. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. His airs filled with hope. It sounds into heaven's ward. Okay. Okay. Alright. Jeez, man. We fudging made it. We're gonna make it to Ishgar tomorrow. Well, anyways, everybody, I best get going, everybody. But I'm hoping that you'll have enjoyed yourselves.